times that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he's got Rome. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. All they needed was a yard there for the 4th down conversion, but they got to that second level, got a whole lot more than that.
And how many times have we seen this on 4th down? Defense stacks up near the line of scrimmage. If you pop there, you can go a long way, and that's exactly what we just saw.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 23. The Cowboys at 6-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
138 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lawrence. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 205 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term,
on first down, Tagovailoa. It's complete to Diggs. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 226 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play it almost perfect. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And they're going to speed things up here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll accept that penalty. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter.
Where's 52? Black 52. 52's the line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Oh, good move. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to... He's short of the line to gain. Late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Dances by him. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Dallas, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete right side to Otten. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash it.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. So a third down situation coming up as we drop you in the action. The ball in the red zone, 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening. This offense knocking on the door now. They are set up in great position. 1st and goal, the ball at the... And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great... So time growing short here in this first half as they try to get some momentum heading into the lockers. 2 now on 1st down. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a gain of 35.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was...
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game. Big field goal coming up here in the fourth quarter. This offense has the one-score lead. If they kick this through the post, it'll advance it to a two-score lead. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to swell the lead to 6. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down 24-21. 1:37 remaining. A possible crippling. Mahomes. He's got Eckler. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up second down. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Mahomes. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also fourth. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. One final try from Mahomes. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions. So do I about the decision there at the end. They had the potential game-tying field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs and checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? You had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Daniel Jones and the Carolina Panthers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Dallas Cowboys.
The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in off the extended break. Falling. How will that affect the passing game? We're about to find out here. This is the first drive of the contest. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And the rain is falling. How will that affect the passing game? We're about to find out here. This is the first drive of the contest. Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and
so it's 3rd down, ball inside the red zone, and this defense looking to get the stop they need.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Jones. Touchdown, Panthers. Quez Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
A big early 3rd down here for this defense as they look to hold on and force a field goal try. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And how about the... About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some room to work. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground so far. Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So Mike McCarthy correct in his assessment there to challenge that ruling.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So we have a tie now atop the all-time single-season rushing touchdown list. LaDainian Tomlinson, you've just been joined by this man.
And they share similar traits in running the football. Excellent feet.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
The Cowboys at 8-4 now in the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And last week was a bit of a nail-biter, a three-point victory, but it's also the kind of game that reveals a team's true character. They fought all the way and came out victorious.
The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chance.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that as...
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
247 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Oh, a good move at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Dallas, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the New York Giants versus Tua Tagovailoa and the Dallas Cowboys.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at... Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
This one completes Alec Pierce. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long.
Time to jump into the action, and we have a red zone alert as this defense looks to stop a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Garoppolo. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Giants. Dawson Knox, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different. pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Cowboys at 9-4 now on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they certainly had things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
A red zone alert as we get you back into the action. This offense coming up on a 2nd down and 3 to go. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tua Tagovailoa.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are within an extra point of...
Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's 2nd down, and the defense needing to step up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he'll just get rid of it.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue, because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. On play action, now Garoppolo. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Giants have moved out in front. Points possibly in the cards. We've got a red zone situation looming. 1st and goal. The football at the 7. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tyler Conklin, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away.
Okay, ready?
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Tua. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Second down at 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because
throwing is Rodgers on third down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
Red zone situation forthcoming as this defense will need to step up here. 1st and 10. Ball at the 19.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Rodgers going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved in the court.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case,
A field goal does him no good here as we drop you into this situation. Offense staying out there, and they are going on 4th down. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles, obviously.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Good footwork at the 30.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to work his way down to the 16.
157 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum.
Fourth quarter, 6-point game. The kicking team is the one that trails by 6, so they need to recover this football. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on it.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Cowboys, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium. Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. Time to get back into the action. The football in the red zone for this offense. It's 2nd down at 6 yards to go. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And a pretty little juke move there.